Welcome to the first ever daily brief here at the Dakota. And this is something that since we took this over in June of 2023, that we have wanted to make happen here, where every single day there's a mini podcast that comes out in the morning giving you the rundown of daily news that you may want to know about and that you might should pay attention to throughout the day. This is the first ever edition of it. We're looking forward to doing this every day, Monday through Friday, releasing at 7:30 a.m. What's going to be unique about it is there's also an article on our website. If you go to mydakotan.com, you can check out the article. It'll have all the links to the things that we talked about, so you can read the articles in full. You can also get this delivered to your inbox. That will be going out around 8:30 a.m. every single day. A lot of accessibility for you. We're excited about it. So make sure that you subscribe so that way you can stay in the know of what's happening in your community. Today, March 31st, 2025, there's a lot of wonderful things that happen in history. Of course, most notable, the Daily Brief by the Dakotan was launched. Also, the Eiffel Tower was inaugurated in 1889. This 984-foot Eiffel Tower, a wrought iron technological masterpiece created by Gustave Eiffel to commemorate the centenary of the French Revolution, was officially inaugurated in Paris this day in 1889. Huge things happening. If you're curious about weather, obviously you probably have a weather app, but also just a heads up, it's supposed to warm up this afternoon. We're supposed to get above 30 degrees today. It's going to be wonderful if that happens. I'm ready to warm up. I don't know about you. But there's a lot of news that happened this weekend. Notably, the North Dakota Senate Appropriations Committee advanced House Bill 1176, a property tax relief proposal backed by Governor Kelly Armstrong, but approved amendments that reduce its impact. Minot Area Senate Majority Leader David Hogue proposed a lowering of the primary tax credit from $1,450 to $1,250 and capping it at 75% of a homeowner's tax bill with a minimum of a $500 credit. So if you owed $1,000 in taxes and property taxes every year, the most you can get back is $750 based off these amendments. He argued the changes ensure residents maintain a stake in future tax decisions. The committee passed the amendments 12-4 and added non-binding language encouraging future tax relief for agriculture, commercial, and essentially assessed properties. Over the weekend, Kyler Collum of the Dakotan put out a article talking about Thomas Moody, the North Dakota's shortest tenured governor. Just 5 weeks in office. That's all he was able to hold before he was removed in 1935. He was a newspaper man. Some respect for the guy. Turned politician. Moody won the 1934 election during a time of political chaos, but quickly faced questions about his eligibility after it was revealed he had voted in Minnesota in 1932, violating the state's 5-year residency rule. What followed was, of course, pure political drama, an impeachment attempt, armed guards at the Capitol, and a Supreme Court ruling that ultimately forced him out. Though his time as governor was brief, Moody went on to serve in several New Deal roles before returning to his legacy remains one of the strangest chapters in North Dakota's political history. Also on mydakotan.com, you can find an article about the UND North Dakota Senate rejecting the controversial conversion therapy bill. This was narrowly defeated. It was House Bill 1430 on Thursday in a 22-25 vote, originally aimed at legalizing conversion therapy. This has received a fair bit of press, but also go to mydakotan.com. You can find the DIM NPL town hall that happened in Fargo over the weekend. One of the top things on it is the absence of the GOP delegation. Of course, recently, Julie Fedorchak held a virtual town hall, and that's something also that the Dakotan has on its website. In other news, Trump finds fault with both Putin and Zelensky. In a fiery weekend interview, President Donald Trump blasted both Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky over stalled ceasefire talks, expressing anger at their lack of cooperation and signaling possible new sanctions on Russia. This is something that the AP News is reporting. Despite claiming progress, Trump admitted tensions remain high and lashed out at Zelensky over a rare earths deal and NATO hopes. Meanwhile, Russian drone strikes ravaged Kharkiv, killing civilians and injuring dozens as Ukraine warned of a looming new offensive, with peace talks faltering and battlefield violence escalating. Trump's efforts to broker a truce face mounting pressure and so far few signs of success. And the Wisconsin Supreme Court unanimously rejected an emergency bid from the state's attorney general to block Elon Musk from handing out $1 million checks. It's the move that Elon Musk does when he is out there advocating for stuff. At a Sunday town hall in Green Bay, just hours later, Musk gave oversized checks to 2 petition signers opposing activist judges, saying the stunt was designed to get attention and spark media reaction. Former North Dakota Senator Ray Holmberg was sentenced to 10 years for his sex crimes. Disgraced former North Dakota Senator Ray Holmberg was sentenced Wednesday to 10 years in prison following explosive revelations of repeated illicit conduct over a decade. Despite his legal team's pleas for leniency due to age and health, a federal judge handed down the maximum sentence after hearing victim impact statements, disturbing evidence, and Holmberg's own apology. One the judge found hollow. This was reported by KXNet. Of course, it's been widely reported throughout the state. Some sports news out of UND. Just quickly, Trayson Eaglestaff, he's transferring out of the University of North Dakota, going to South Carolina after entering the transfer portal. And also, UND hockey names a new coach, Dane Jackson. He's been on the bench there at UND for a while now, and he is moving up to head coach. Couple last things that we will leave you with. The Dakotan is going to be releasing 2 bits of information to you today, at least, that are going to be interesting. One is an interview with Captain Dale Plessis. He is currently the interim police chief for the Minot Police Department. We sat down, had a conversation with him on Minot Matters. That's going to be coming out today. Great conversation. He's a fantastic guy. And I think as you better learn the plan that he has for Minot, it's something that you're going to be able to buy into as well. So make sure you go and listen to that interview. And also, we will be releasing an article concerning the Mayoral investigation. What happens next? Of course, in January 28th, there was a complaint that was filed by a city employee against the mayor. This started an internal investigation into the complaint. All that is going to be coming to an end here soon. We are anticipating that the investigation is released sometime potentially tomorrow, as there is a special city council meeting that is called for tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. And it is our understanding that this does have to do with that mayoral investigation. We have an article on our website, mydakotan.com, that breaks down what happens next. Should the mayor remain in office? Should he resign? Should he be recalled by the people? Should the governor step into the situation? There's a bunch of possibilities that could happen. Just depends on how it all plays out. We don't know what's going to happen with all that. So we have all that outlined on the website, along with a little bit of information about what happened. Thank you for checking out the first ever daily brief at the Dakotan. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. We're working out a couple of kinks, but we'll be back at 7:30 a.m. with more of this. If you enjoy this, let us know, as we want to continue offering this. We think it's a great thing. Thanks for watching this episode. Have a great day.